Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody around the world, welcome back on iKeysRacing for this chapter number 4 or episode number 4 regarding The Cheater, the new playlist I wanted to create a couple of days ago. I hope in 3 or 4 episodes from now to conclude all the things regarding this game. And anyway, if you need a suggestion or whatever, just drop me an email if you want to be clarified on some points, or if you want you can comment the video, blah blah blah, whatever. First of all, I want also to not just welcome you all, but also thank you, all of you, for the incredible response, especially of the first episode. That has been really, at least to me, a surprise, because I'm not here to make a living with a YouTube channel, and when I see, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 people watching my videos is really the best, let's say, give back I can get from this activity. After saying thank you once more to you all, I hope you have enjoyed and in some way understood a bit better this old game coming from 1996, so I think we can restart to do and to apply the method I've tried to explain to you in the recent episodes, and so let's say conclude the first half of the season today with another set of 3 races, and you will see that applying what I've found as a sort of human algorithm to get to the point basically seems to work. Also because if we have a look to the Drivers' Championship, we are leading in an embarrassing way. The same can be said for the Constructors' Championship, but you know, I'm playing at the minimum level, the beginner one, the rookie one, with this IAMACHEAT secret code that gives you a lot of money, so basically you can spend whatever you want. And that being said, we have now on our agenda the Spanish, the Canadian and France Grand Prix. We will try to make 3 win straight, and that will be our project, our target today. So let's go immediately to check the cars if they are ready for the next race. I think yes, as you can see, all the 3 cars are quite well prepared, just because we are approaching, let's say, the half of the season when we will race Montreal. I think 3 and 3 and 8, yes, 8 races out of 16. Just check on something else, just in case. No, I didn't want to come here, I wanted to here. So we have a chief designer that is very good, we are winning races. I would like to offer him an extension, but I see that we have someone else, I didn't know. Okay, I was thinking to season contracted 1-on-1. Maybe it's all in place, maybe I do not remember. Okay, so the next season sounds like it's already well placed, also from a commercial manager. Okay, manager, sorry. Drivers are yes, 48, 48, 48, perfect. So that's it. I mean, it's just a matter of going to the next race. Let's also go to the merchandise, just to be sure we have all in place, even if, as said before, we are not, let's say, earning anything from merchandising side, but I do hope that from the second half of the season we will start to anyway earn money, so we can go to the Spanish Grand Prix. Here we are. As said, if you run out of money, you can keep designers at home. We can start to do it just in case we don't want to bring them and save 11k. Generally speaking, as said, engineers, mechanics and drivers are always to be brought with you. The same can be said for cars and spare parts, and always please keep quality of the hospitality arrangements at the excellent level. So that's it. Let's go immediately to load the Spanish Grand Prix. If I have it, should be this Spa, that is Spain, and not Spa-Francorchamps, but we will discover it. Okay, let's pace himself IKR1. Let's go to the track and let's see the first feedback of the driver. Not bad. This John Newhouse, as said, is Jacques Villeneuve with the Williams, so should be okay. Let's go to the car setup. Perfect, 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 perfect. Okay, so we can also give a chance to IKR2 just to get used to the setup. He is the current leader of the championship. Okay, perfect. We are still continuing to avoid to check this comment because for what I remember I've not made any research on the web, but for what I remember was a bug. Just if this is the first episode that you see made by myself, the bug was the brake balance is too near to the rear, the car oversteers when braking, but if you start to bring the brake balance to the front, you arrive at a certain point where drivers continue to ask you for a more front-oriented brake balance up to the point when they spin and you lose the driver. And we have also to remember that we have to add 5 kilograms of ballast to be completely within the rules. So for this free practice, let's go this way, but during qualification we can copy plans to all the cars and start to see what the drivers have to say regarding the current ballast position. We are quite well placed if you want. 3 seconds during qualifying period. Let's see the advice. He's asking for a too low center of gravity. Yes, the same, but I think we will keep it and we will wait the end of the session just in case any other driver should improve. But for what I see, we are in a strong position and I do not see space for Newhouse, Villeneuve, Hill or anyone else to improve more than a second, so we should be clear of 2 seconds of advantage for this current scenario. Okay, we also scored the best lap time ever, 4/10 of advantage for IKR1, so could be really a sort of 1988 season between Senna Prost with the McLaren Honda. We are replicating more or less the same, and I think that just Diniz, Badoer and Montermini will be thrown out. Yes, the last 3. The other are allowed despite the incredible disadvantage of pure speed. Let's conclude also the warm-up. This is the grid. Okay, so we can have this driver, the number 1, with 2 pit stops. I like it. And the other one with 3 pit stops. I don't know really if it will make a difference or not, but anyway, it's their choice, is how they feel confident, so they have just to pace themselves if I didn't already placed this function, and that's it. Fine, let's go. Physical stall the car, and here we are with the classification. I will try to talk just during the pit stop, and let's see what happens. I just comment if there's something really strange and different compared to the normal situation. .6 seconds. Let's see now that arrives also the other driver. .8. Let's go to see, sorry, not this one, but this one. Yes, we should, in a normal scenario, let's say where we are not so strong, we should test more and more between each race to improve the level of our velocity in the pit stops. But I mean, it's okay. We are not fighting with other drivers so closely to justify to invest so much into a possible improvement of pit stops. .1, a bit better. Now we are waiting the driver number 1 on lap 41, and 2 laps later the driver number 2, so will be a tagged call. Okay, last pit for IKR1. He must do 23 laps and he has enough fuel to do it. Now let's wait also the second driver. Fine, just 21 laps to do and 26 loaded. And here we are, first and second, this time switching the two drivers. Hill third, and as you can see there are some sponsorship on the Williams because it's a Williams. Then Hakkinen, Berger, Schumacher ending within the point area. Newhouse, wow, what a disaster. Villeneuve, Jacques 14th, even for Irvine, not a great race, even for Coulthard. So, let's celebrate, fine. And what happened? First of all, we have overlapped at least by 2 laps a lot of people. Let's say retirement, sorry. We had a collision for Coulthard on McLaren, a collision for Irvine, and what else? A spun off for John Newhouse, Jacques Villeneuve. The others are more or less arriving to the end of the race with a lot of sadness for sure, because when you are overlapped by 2 laps, it's not an easy call. And so what happens? That the driver number 1 regained 4 points over his teammate, still leading the championship, but now with just 9 points of advantage. So will be for sure a duo challenge for the championship more and more. And Hill is consolidating the 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship for this fake cheating 1996 season. And what else? Nothing. Let's go to see the Constructor Championship. Wow, 3 times, exactly 3, yes, more than 3 times the points of Williams, and I would say almost 5 times the points of Benetton. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So we are reading now, coming back to the office, a 9% progress since the last race. Fine. Here there's a CEO of FineTech for a sponsorship deal. We will go to look at it. And what else? Again, pole position, winning first and second, $175K. That's it. Now the FIA is allowing to use the transmission only up to universal C, and stepped bottom only up to low can be used. So we have lost again side pods technology. Nice. They have changed mid-season. We are leading the championship. We know it. 1-2. Finally, IKR1 with this nice smile won a dominant Spanish Grand Prix, and that's it. So we start to save the game just to have a backup, just in case the computer should fail. Then let's go back to the internal parts. As you can see, is just giving you a simple message like you are using all the best parts, so transmission that you're currently trying to fit as a best part is under ban from the FIA. So are you sure to want to fit the car with this? No, but so automatically, because you are not using the in-house that has a 100% rated level of usage, we go to Universal C, that is the maximum allowed for the car. This must be made also for the second car, and automatically if you reply no, there's no problem about automatically refilling the part with the maximum allowed. And I would say the C car, the third car, can be just made manually. Then we have to load best parts, and the side pod should be allowed up to low, but I don't see which one is the low. Well, who cares? And IKR3 new parts, best parts, perfect. But because now the transmission has never been tested, and as you can see, despite having the ballast, you are 2 kilograms higher in weight than the minimum, it's time for a test, just to be sure that this new part will not collapse during the next race, because it has never been tested. So we choose our beloved Silverstone, we load the car setup we know is more than nice. Here we have, I do not remember if the icon of the cloud does mean it is raining, I don't know. Anyway, we go to load Silverstone dry, apply to all the cars this setup, then as usual, make 100 laps with car improvements, and we start to test the transmission. Okay, because he says we need more testing, we are going to start again 100 laps. Electrical will last for 73 laps. Okay, let's see if on the car setup we have some feedback. No, so let's restart the test again. We need more testing, no problem. Start test again. Okay, when you get the result looks good, sorry, with plural and singular names, the results look good, you can stop it, you can pass to the other car, you can go for 100 laps. We need more testing. Again, suspension will last for 64. Results look good, perfect. Now I would call the third driver that not very often drives, and let's try to do 100 laps of pure performance. Hasn't changed, so let's do it again. Okay, this is good, more than good. And because we are here, I would continue with the third driver on pit stops, just in case we will improve a bit. Okay, this is the right choice, sorry, the right feedback to look for. Our pit stops look sharp, perfect, so we can test also the driver's skill just to try and to see what happens. Let's bring him on track again. Okay, we have finished the 12 slots, the 12 sessions for today. Starting from 121.7 we have arrived to a constant 121.4 here in Silverstone that we got, let's say, when we move to the third driver, and it's a good sign. We will decide then also for the next season if give the opportunity to the third driver to drive as an official part of the team during race weekends. But anyway, we are more than satisfied. We have tested the new transmission allowed for the change of rules of the FIA, so we can go to refill with best parts all the cars and do the same for the external parts. And what else I wanted to see? First of all, the merchandising and the interest. I do not see the interest of that sponsor that was FineTech. Okay, merchandise will be in place for the next race, perfect. There was something else I was looking for, driver aids. So for example, the semi-automatic gears, and I am an idiot because it's allowed and I'm not using it on the car, don't ask me why. Maybe I've started the season without noticing this, and I don't think I have, yes I have, test session for the semi-automatic. I mean, we were winning with 2 seconds per lap without a semi-automatic gearbox, so I mean, I was really distracted. I was talking too much as usual, but we have improved by 1 second thanks to the semi-automatic gearbox. Okay, the chassis feels good, I can push harder. Let's go to get the full race distance also for the car number 2. Okay. I am sorry for having raced so far the season without the semi-automatic gearbox, but I didn't notice. I was thinking that was already, let's say, put in place automatically, instead not. Okay. One more. Okay. For today I think we can't go further. Anyway, we have reduced by 1 second our lap time in Silverstone. We have spent a bit of money in testing, no problem. We are refitting best parts again and making a debut in the other part of the ocean for the Canadian Grand Prix, having the launch, the official launch of our car with the driving aid of the semi-automatic gear, already developed with the cheating attitude to the 10th level and 10th and maximum level. The rest is under a black flag. The other, I would say, good thing is that we are not going to play with the ballast anymore, because we have 2 kilograms of weight over the maximum allowed, so we can save it. We can go back a second to the sponsor time, and as you can see, it was quite strange, because by email there was his CEO of Fintech talking about sponsorship, but Fintech Canada is interested, yes. And so what? Okay, they would only... okay, in this case, this is something I've not covered before, sorry. In this case, we can, instead of proposing a space, they are asking for a space on the helmet of the driver, and they will pay 16k. I mean, we can say hello, thank you very much, and blah blah blah. Very nice, but we have a race to do. So everything is in place. Let's go to race. Okay. Sorry. Repair. Let's go immediately to have a look to the external part. This one. Okay, we haven't tested this part, but shouldn't be a problem. We start to load the Canadian setup if we have it. Yes, dry. Copy plans to all. Let's bring the first driver on track, followed by the second one. Okay, let's see the feedback. Perfect. Same balance, blah blah blah. Okay, let's go with the second driver. Okay, so we can finish the session, we can change tires, give a bit of more fuel, and let's see what happens. Okay, in this Grand Prix we are not so quick like I was expecting. At least there is Eddie Irvine that strangely did 5 seconds better than Michael Schumacher, so he looks to be the only contender really quick for this session. The others are absolutely far from us. As you can see at the rookie level, there are really strange behaviors from the algorithm. Okay, the qualifying lap record was broken in this session by iKeysRacing, and just Eddie Irvine is the possible problem we are facing today. The rest of the field will be completely destroyed, so who knows the Ferrari of Eddie Irvine what has in their pocket. Let's jump the warm-up. So, driver number 2, driver number 1, Irvine, Alesi, Schumacher, Berger, the top 6. And here we have to again pace himself, load the maximum fuel available just to be sure. Perfect. Martin Brundle stalls the car. Okay, ready. 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's start the race. And let's see. The first driver we are waiting is driver number 2 on lap 20, and then on lap 23 the teammate. Sorry, I've lost where is driver number 1, 26. I totally missed what happened. So was second and then down to, maybe he did a spin. 3 minutes in the lap number 5. Who knows? Okay. With this, maybe if driver number 2 should win the Grand Prix, it would be a hard call for driver number 1 to go back to claim the world title and the possible request to the team to be promoted as first driver, because if he doesn't score any point today could be a real mess for him. He's 19th currently. Yes, was already paced himself. Okay, again, the pit stop, as you have seen, were dramatically slow. Consider that in this game you need almost 1000 laps before having and obtaining a concrete improvement on your pit stop. So because we did just in the test at Silverstone a couple of tentatives, we are not really on a curve of improvement that will immediately give back a sort of touchable speed added to our pit stops. Anyway, on lap 41 we are waiting the driver number 2, and then driver number 1 is around midfield and will stop at lap 45. So we have to consolidate the position of driver number 2 that has already almost 2 laps of advantage over the others, and let's see what we can do with driver number 1. Okay, so we load for 28 laps, that are exactly what we need, and let's go up to the end and let's monitor the driver number 1, that is not anyway running really fast. I mean, he has at least 2 seconds over the rest of the field, but he is not gaining positions. So last pit stop for this guy. Yes, he's recovering a bit, but not like I was expecting, and anyway you can see some laps are quite slow. I don't get why. I will, during the editing of this video, will check it, but it's really a mystery for me. He will not get points. At this moment he is completely out of any reasonable possible recovery. I don't get if he's slow because other drivers difficult to pass or what. So at least at the minimum rookie level sometimes happens to face this kind of issues. He is 5 laps down. So here we are, our second driver won, ahead of Berger, Benetton and Hill Williams. Let's see the others. Schumacher 4th, Hakkinen 5th, Irvine 6th. And yes, this time we had a half lucky weekend. There's nothing special in the rest of the field. So let's see retirements. Any famous one? I would say just an Alizé, sorry, for a spoon off, and that's it. Okay, so the classification after the victory in Spain for the Spanish Grand Prix made by the first driver of our team, this time from 9 points of disadvantage has gone to 19. So if the driver number 2 will not have some issue for the rest of the season, will be tough for him to recover almost 20 points. The Constructor Championship is going very well. Let's go again with 9% progress. 9% progress. This time, as you can see, you earn $110K instead of 175. So a second place is worth $65K. Hakkinen luckily will miss the next race, and despite having a contract and a leadership in the championship, our second driver plans to leave IKR. Wow. So he feels to be, I don't know, better than the team that launched him and that tried to cocoon him. Anyway, for what I see, he has a contract. I do not see any possibility to break this contract, or maybe I don't remember, but maybe it's possible. So we have a plan B, I would say, because if our current leader will switch us for another team, at least we will have the number one driver not bad at all, and also the test driver will be not a mess as a second choice, even if I would say I'm sorry, because he has won 5 races already, and with 4 pole position looks to be better than our driver number 1. Anyway, here I see a contract, and we will discover together what will happen at the end of the season. Okay, we can save the game, we can refill all the parts used, and also here, perfect. We can save. Let's have a look to the merchandise, because I know we are missing some lines. Let's go a second to see profit and losses. Yes, we are not selling merchandise, we are just earning from the FIA. So let's go for the third race of this video, and then I will cut it for another episode following this one. This time we go to Manicourt, and we will race the French Grand Prix. Currently the track is dry, so let's load the France setup. Let's have a quick feedback from drivers, and I tell you now, just in case the driver number 2 will for real leave the team, I will fight to bring the test driver to replace him and maybe win the championship with driver number one. I don't care, there's a limit to my patience. Okay, perfect, fine. Let's jump directly to qualification. Okay, wow, a super record in qualifying session with 1 second 0.8 of advantage of the first driver of our team over the driver number 2. Then we see Alesi, Schumacher, Hill, Newhouse, Berger, Irvine and Coulthard, and Jan Magnussen for the second McLaren that is missing Mika Hakkinen for this Grand Prix. And I don't know if IKR2 driver is demotivated, but at this point I will make my calculation from a pure team management point of view, because there is a limit to lead the championship and think to leave the team that is bringing you to the title. So let's see what's going on after this race. So we give maximum support to both drivers, but I would say I don't like this silly attitude of the driver number 2 on leaving the team while he's leading the championship, and while he should just say thank you to our cheating management has been capable so far to lead both championships. Let's see what's going on, because I've seen, okay, the track is dry. Sometimes I miss the current track situation, so I keep this window on the top left, waiting on lap 13 for the stop of driver number 2. Okay, sorry, too much. So we have to place 21 suggested laps compared to the 19 suggested. Let's wait lap 24 for the first driver, and the second driver has been passed by Jean Alesi. We will see if the French Benetton driver will stop soon or not, but we are close to him. Let's see if IKR2 is capable to pass the Benetton on track. Oh, 3/10. They are very close. I hope they will not crash one each other, even if from a strategy point of view the driver number 2 is going to more or less lose the opportunity to win the race, because with a 3 pit stop strategy he can't think to beat his teammate that has a pit stop less to do, and so around 20 to 30 seconds of advantage overall. From a pit stop point of view, this time we have been nice with IKR2, but just because he was embarking less fuel than the teammate. Anyway, let's wait on lap 46 our driver number 1. Alesi should not be anymore a threat for the driver number 2. Okay, I would suggest we are lap 47, we have to go to lap 72, so we are loading 29 laps of fuel over 27, but because it's starting to rain, I would be cautious and start to give a sort of precaution, let's say, and the same I would do with IKR2, giving him all the fuel to arrive to the end and wet tires immediately. Let's see if the choice is the right one or not. Many are pitting now. So far was the right choice. Maybe we can stay with rain tires, and just if the track will go down to one drop and then become dry again, we will change tires, but will be just a precautional activity to do just in case. But so far I think that the track is so wet that we will stay as we are also in the last 3 and 2 laps. So here we are, again a victory for driver number 1, followed by his teammate that was declaring to leave the team, and third Damon Hill. Let's see the others. Alesi 4th, Magnussen 5th at the debut, substituting Häkkinen, and 6th Frentzen. Fine. Okay, let's see how many retired. Notable just Eddie Irvine for spun off, and John Newhouse, Jacques Villeneuve for another spun-off, and an accident for Gerhard Berger, and also for Michael Schumacher. So maybe we will lead again with a lot of advantage, and I would like to register almost 50 seconds clear from the first to the second, despite driving the same car. So the motivation of IKR2 must be investigated. And so we are back, this time with driver number 1, gaining a bit of points, and so far 15 points from the teammate, and I would say we have almost won the Constructor Championship, approaching the half of the season. That's good. 9 progress, okay, for the new chassis. Sponsorship deal for Neil Foods. They asked to place their logo here for what? 16k, they can keep it, and 175k from the FIA. Norberto Fontana will miss the next race. I was not considering him, sorry. And this is very nice. IK are doing better than this season than the previous one, but the previous one we were not alive. 1-2, dominant win. Okay, so waiting for the next British Grand Prix, I would like to cut down the video now. And so before the Silverstone one, there should be a dominant race for us. That is our warehouse, our headquarters, despite us being a sort of Italian team. So as you can see, we have basically made the same usual stuff, so fitting best part, refitting used parts, etc., and testing just when new part has been claimed or has been banned by the FIA. From the driver's aids, we have used since 2 races ago this semi-automatic gear, and we have increased again our advantage over the others. So we can now say that thanks to our agenda, the first half of the season has been completely dominated. I'm proposing maybe 1 episode with 4 races in a row, maybe, or maybe 3 plus 4 with the ending part of the season in the episode number 6, or maybe it will be better to do 4 races in a row, the last 3, and some consideration at the end of the season. Anyway, that's it for the moment. Thank you for watching. If you need more clarification, explanations or whatever, just drop me an email or write me a comment in the video. If you want to consider to subscribe or to give a like to this video, you will be more than welcome. And so for the moment, that's all. Thank you again for watching, and as usual, if you don't know what to do, stay home, stay safe, stay racing. From Marco, from Italy, bye bye, ciao.